it probably would have never come out. Like we wouldn't even be at this
point.
Still
be critiquing,
because I still be critiquing the beat. I wouldn't even be at the writing process.
So with this, where would you like to classify your genre of music that you're in, or what describe your lane? Take us there.
Describe my lane. Emotion-based music.
Emotion-based music.
Emotion-based music.
Being fearless with your emotions.
Right.
What's pushing you there? Because most, men not really trying to tap into our emotions.
See, I don't like that because we all do it, bro.
Okay.
Whether you do it publicly or not.
Look, I'm speaking generally, brother.
Okay.
Don't shoot the messenger.
Oh, look. You right.
Go ahead.
A lot of us be faking the funk, man. They be making it seem like they ain't having these emotions, but we all have emotions. You a human at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So we all have these emotions. Like I said, I ain't saying I never try to paint the picture as if we all have these extremely messed up days every day. Mm-hmm. That's not what I'm saying. But the reality of it is we all go through stuff. You know what I mean? So if you're not scatterbrained today, you might be scatterbrained next week, even if it's only for a day or two. You know what I mean? So it's not to try to paint the narrative that all of us are messed up mentally. On this, you need to go seek help.
So okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
okay.
Psych ward is your next destination. Like, I'm not saying that.
Okay, all right. So, why do you think you're so comfortable? What makes you so comfortable speaking on your emotions? Have you always been like that? Was there a time period where you
Nah.
We went with the flow?
I'm real. I'm an introvert all the way, bro. Mm-hmm. So it's
you seem a little reserved.
Yeah, bro. I mean, because at the end of the day, man, like I said, I wasn't necessarily raised in a household. I was raised in a loving household, but it wasn't really one to where mental health was discussed.
Yeah. On
any kind of level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do I know that my pops went through stuff? Of course. Do I know that my mom went through stuff? Of course. But it was never, like I said, there was no name for it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I think some of the reservedness just come from that. Then I always kind of was the reserved one. My brothers were, they were the more outgoing ones. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I kind of stayed to myself. I would read a room and kind of just see where I fit in within that room. Now, you know what I mean? In certain sections, I can play the part. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? For the podcast, I can play the part.
Facilitate.
Yeah. It depends on what it is. When we did the RIA 706 listening show, I can play the part. You know what I mean? But I always kind of lean on EJ to kind of help me get there though, because he's the extrovert. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So if I can feed off his energy,
shout out to EJ.
Look, we gonna get there every trip. I can just ride that energy.
Shout out to EJ. He's in the comments right now, tagging some of the crew.
EJ,
you got anything to check in? You got anything to say to us? Type something in the comment section, man. Holler at us, please.
Hey, man. Hey, I wish you could have been here, but I understand you on daddy duty, brother.
And we got to respect it.
Hey, got to.
So, when it comes to emotions,
right,
I like to be able to express them while I'm calm. I don't like discussing things.
That's a healthy way to do it.
I don't like going back because, and like I said, being more self-aware, being more aware, I've learned to be more aware that my thought process is I'm not thinking logically if I'm coming from a place of anger.
If you're irate.
Absolutely. Yeah, I do not make any decisions while I'm angry. And I also, so this could also help the next person. Just a little tidbit. I have like a system. It's like I won't say a caste system, but it's a system, like a level system. Like when things take place, different things in my day that take place, where do I put them? Medium, low level issue, medium level. Like it's not until it's up to, and not unless it's dealing with harming my family, or anything dangerous to that nature.
You have to elevate to that level. Mm-hmm. Got it.
Then there's no point in me having to ramp and rave and be extra. Right. Where it's like you got to really ask yourself sometimes: is how I'm acting necessary to facilitate this or to go along with this? So I just try not to speak from an angry place, and I won't. Like I don't go back and forth with people. Right. I'm not gonna. And I've never been like let's just go crazy.
Yeah, come see about me.
Mm-hmm. So, I'm in a situation like that, right? You got the come check me out. It's whatever. Right. I'm just bet.
Right. That's how it should be, though.
Okay, good.
Honestly,
if it's like that, then
it's like that. But the message get diluted, man, when you coming from that place of anger, bro. Mm-hmm. That's why on all levels, it's like even with this project, I'm not yelling at you. You know what I mean? Even when I'm speaking on very serious topics, I'm not yelling at you because at the end of the day, man, the message I wanted to be clear. And it's the same way when you approach life. You know what I mean? If you're having a disagreement with whoever, a friend, a boss, your spouse, you want to be level-headed when you having these discussions, whether it's an intense discussion or not. You know what I mean? That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to raise to that level to where they're basically screaming at each other and ain't nobody hearing anything anybody's saying.
Nobody's trying to you're not trying to process it.
No. You listening to respond.
Yeah,
you're not listening to get an understanding.
So. And here's another little tidbit. Since I'm on the microphone, I know I ain't been on my podcast in a little while. I hate when people ask me, "Oh, you still podcasting?" Yes, this is for everybody that's asking me, "Do I still podcast?"
Shop Talk gonna be here forever.
Forever, ever. Come on now. Hold on, this sound. Oh, am I good now? I think my phone has started to die, so the sound went out for a little second.
Oh yeah, I still see the low battery pop up.
Mm-hmm. So we should be. Are we good now? Y'all let me know. Alright, we good. So let me ask you a question.
Okay.
What do you think isn't discussed enough?
What isn't discussed enough?
In the mental health awareness department, what do you feel like isn't discussed enough?
You know what? Okay. It's becoming a little more normalized, I guess you could say, for people to be like, oh, I deal with this. People are more willing to be like, oh, I'm depressed, or I have anxiety, and whether or not they actually have it or not, but nobody's speaking on how can we get methods on how we can treat those things.
Be better.
How can we be better? How can we seek the healing? What steps are you taking when you having those moments? Like nobody's sharing that part. Mm-hmm. Like you might see somebody post on Facebook, man, I'm feeling like this. But for those people who are feeling like that, nobody's saying, and I get through it like this. Mm-hmm. Those are the tips that's going to help people. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, man, I'm not trying to take nobody down for somebody telling the world what they're feeling and what they're going through. Because by all means, you should want to share it because you should want somebody. To make sure that you're good. Mm-hmm. You letting people know that you love and care about, hopefully, that you're going through these things and maybe you need some help. But for the ones that are dealing with it and have active methods on how they're treating these things on a daily basis, that's what need to be shared. That's what need to be shared.
Yes.
Because that message or that treatment can help the next person.
I agree. So, Mr. Willmatic Beats.
That's crazy hearing that.
you don't want to hear it?
Nah,
we got Mr. Willmatic Beats in the spot. Then. That's how we gonna do it. Mr. Willmatic Beats in the spin off. Off top. You know what I'm saying?
Will_K.I.G. You can find me there, man. You can shoot me a DM. I respond fairly quickly about any of those things, whether it's graphic design, you need help on trying to build your website, I can help you do that. Whether it's production, at this point, if you need a verse,
okay, all right,
you know what I mean. Whatever it is, or man, honestly, if you just need to chop it up. If you want some of my tips, look, I've been going to therapy for a long time. Mm-hmm. I got some useful tips that probably can help somebody. So even if you just want to chop it up, man, and be like, hey man, what you doing? Because I deal with this too. I'm willing to share that knowledge.
Okay. Now, you gave your Instagram.
Yeah.
You gave your Facebook.
Twitter, Willmatic Beats. I be on there sometimes. You can find me Willmatic Beats, WILLMATIC. Beats, Beats.
What's your SoundCloud?
SoundCloud, same thing, Willmatic Beats. You can find me there, and on all platforms, Willmatic Beats.
Okay, so we are waiting on the arrival of Scattered Brain.
Hey, man.
Waiting on the arrival. I'm gonna have the first copy. I kind of.
He kind of already got it. Look, he ain't telling the full story. He kind of already got it.
Come on, this is agenda setting. I'm doing my job.
Right.
I'm doing my job right here. All right, but no. So, is there anything else that? So let me ask you a question. Let me ask one last question that I always ask. Right, that I'm surprised I didn't yet. What is? And you say you're 27, just turned 27.
Turned 27.
What is something that if you could tell 18-year-old Will, what would you tell him?
Bro, be patient. Not with necessarily just your situation. Be patient with yourself. You know, you don't have to have everything figured out, and you know, be patient with yourself.
That's
everything
real.
is gonna come in due time, in God's time.
That's real.
Everything is gonna come on time. Just be patient with yourself. You don't gotta have all the answers right now. As long as you actively seeking for the knowledge, seeking for the answers, everything will come in due time.
Okay, that's Mr. Willmatic Beats. This has been another installment of Shop Talk with Gabo. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Big Shop Talk, man. Big Shop Talk. Hey, we had to be here, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
We had to be here, man. Look, it's not official if we ain't in the shop.
You know what I'm saying?
The real shop, too.
That's how we doing it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, straight like that. And we out.
Amen.